Hello and welcome to SCN Corporate Connect. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site in Times Square. And with me today, Jonathan Frutkin, the principal at Radix Law, also author of Equity Crowdfunding. So welcome, Jonathan.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, I understand you're going to be a keynote speaker at the FinTech World Conference. Can you kind of give us like a headline? What are you talking about? And then we'll go in a little deeper there.
So today I'm talking about the most valuable currency in the world.
That's the title of the speech.
That's the title of the speech, and I have an article about the same topic too.
Okay. What is the most valuable currency in the world?
So of course, you know, as we sit here today, Bitcoin is worth about 8,500 US dollars. Of course, that fluctuates from day to day. It's about $1.33 to get 1 euro, and somewhere around $1,300 to get an ounce of gold. And so, of course, what is the most valuable currency in the world?
Yeah, well, that would be gold, I guess. I mean, it's measured by weight, but I don't know, you tell me.
So the answer is that here in the United States, the most valuable currency is the US dollar. And that's true everywhere in the world. The local currency is the most valuable because that's what you use to buy stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what we use money for.
That's what you use in exchange for to get what you want.
Right.
Whether it's food or an apartment or
anything.
A movie or whatever.
And so the ability for assets to move into local currency is actually the most important feature of whether it's gold or real estate or other currencies or stocks. And so all of this hinges on the most important part of the ecosystem, which is the exchange.
Okay, so let's talk about that, because Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have been a lot in the news. I get asked about them a lot when I'm out and about. I mean, how do you see this space in a generation? Where do you see it going?
Well, there's no question that the underlying technology here is transformational.
The blockchain.
The blockchain itself is changing the way in which people use the internet and in the way in which applications are being developed in order to utilize the internet. An essential part of the blockchain is the feature of having a token, having something of value. And in the original iteration, of course, that was Bitcoin, but now there are hundreds.
Yeah, Bitcoin, the creators really invented blockchain technology.
They did.
I understand it, yeah.
They did. And, you know, quite frankly, it was more of an experiment, a theoretical idea, and here we are, you know,
it's amazing.
Many dollars later.
Yeah.
But the idea that we need to have things of value in order to make the new internet, the decentralized internet work, is an important discovery, and that technology is actually driving the financial markets, and so you're going to see a lot of value being pushed into these cryptocurrencies.
Okay, and there are how many? 2,000 cryptocurrencies? There's new ones all the time.
There are thousands, and probably as we've sat here, there are 2 or 3 more. And the truth is that this is the way the internet started too, right? There was just hundreds of companies, all with great ideas and different ideas, and the great ones kind of rise to the top.
So the market will shake it all out.
The market will shake it out.
Yeah, who it ends up. Okay. Now, do you see this Bitcoin replacing the US dollars at some point, someday?
So I like to think of myself as a futurist, but I'm terrible at these predictions. So as a guess, I will say that we will not have a cryptocurrency that one day will take over for local currencies.
Never ever.
Well, with that being said, never ever being a long time, it is very unlikely we're going to see that anytime soon. And the reason is obviously partially social.
Yeah.
Most people out on the street don't even know what we're talking about, but also there's a comfort and kind of a history of US dollars having value here in the United States, same with other local currencies. So I wouldn't go ahead and kind of scrap the local currency quite yet.
Don't get rid of your dollars.
Don't get rid of your dollars.
One thing we've seen a lot of is regulation, particularly in Asia. That's been the main driving force. That's why we've seen the cryptocurrencies drop so much since late 2017. How is that impacting the space? Are they all going to be able to play together nicely, or are they really trying to shut down crypto?
So we're seeing some countries really choking off the exchanges, which is kind of one of the main features that allows us to see value.
And the exchanges would be where they can take the Bitcoin into whatever currency they decide.
Correct.
Okay.
And that ability to change that into local currency is being really strangled off in China, somewhat in Korea, and we're beginning to see that in India. And so that's starting to see the compression. On the contrary, we have places like here in the United States where the regulators just this week have come out and said, hey, we're going to take a really light touch. we're going to let the market drive that. And so that has started to reverse the fortunes of cryptocurrencies in the last couple days. And I think that if we see governments like the United States, a few others like Australia and some in Europe, embrace cryptos instead of push the regulations too hard, I think that we're going to see a lot more growth.
Very good. Okay, so what will you be watching in 2018 in crypto and cybercurrency?
So a lot like the internet was in the early 90s, what we're really going to be looking at this year is what are the new apps, what are the ways that people are using cryptocurrencies, and from a regulatory standpoint, what we're going to see is a real change in the way that what we call ICOs, the beginning of raising money for these companies, transforms from kind of a shady underworld thing into something that's out into the light in the regulatory world.
And they're talking about it quite a bit in Washington, so that's probably coming very soon.
Yeah, there's no question that we're going to see this year as the year in which regulation took hold, perhaps with a light touch, but to boost the confidence of the investors, it's the right thing to do.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, John. A very interesting space, and it's just fascinating to watch. You feel like you're watching a revolutionary change going on. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jonathan Frutkin for joining us here today, a principal at Radix Law and also the author of Equity Crowdfunding. And thank you as well for joining us on SCN Corporate Connect. I'm Jane King. Have a great day.